All right, and we are in studio with the world famous Iona Bel Air, big time, pin-up, car culture extraordinaire, Bethany Coppedge, Big and Slim, Employee of the Month, forever. How are you, Bethany?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Thank you so much for coming onto the show with me. I really appreciate the last minute, coming on and joining me for this. So, Starbird's coming up, man. Are you excited?
Yep, less than 2 weeks to go.
It's coming right up, and I know you play a big role. So I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to visit with me. I'm excited for it, man. I can't imagine what it takes to put on a show like that, but I'm super excited about it. 2 weeks to go. I've got
February 17th through the 19th.
In regards to that. Well, yeah. Okay, go ahead and promote your show. Tell us about it.
February 17th through the 19th, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Is at the SageNet Expo Square. Friday from noon to 10, Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sunday from 10 a.m. to about 6 o'clock until the awards are over.
Okay. And every time that I've been, there's always the car show is the event, right? Mm-hmm. But then there's a million things going on throughout. So Tell us a little bit about that.
They have the model car contest. They have the downhill derby contest. They have hooning and flamethrowing. They have a demolition derby. They have they do mini bikes. I know this year they added BMX trick. I don't know what to call it, tricks. All sorts of
you remember.
Bands. What else do they have? There's all sorts of things. There's celebrities signing autographs. There's Marines letting kids take pictures with the tanks and such. What else? There's all sorts of things.
So for those that don't know, you mentioned the downhill derby, hooning, flamethrowing. What's the downhill derby?
The downhill derby is whenever they take the kids' pedal cars, and there is a ramp in between the two sections of the building, and they race down the ramp.
And that's open for anybody? You said kids' pedal cars, but...
Yes, it's open for anyone. You can sign up at the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sign me up now. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, all the information is...
One of my favorite activities is the hooning. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit more about that if somebody's not familiar.
Well, the hooning and the flamethrowing, that's whenever they do the gigantic, flame. They turn all the lights off of the whole building, which is 400,000 square feet, by the way. They turn all the lights off, and they do the flamethrowing and the hooning and it's just insane. It's like you can feel the heat in the crowd. It's crazy.
I've been there, and it thought I'd get really close to get some good coverage of the flamethrowing, and realized you don't need to be very close to feel the heat coming off of some of those cars.
Not at all.
It's
not at all
incredible.
Yeah.
and the hooning, not only are they doing that, but also out there, doing burnouts and donuts and just going crazy, and with the show cars, somebody that might have trailered their car or driven it in from somewhere. They're out there giving it the gusto, and man, it makes for an incredible time. It's quite a show.
Yeah, even the burnout contest, anybody can sign up during the show, and they do it multiple times throughout the show.
Yeah, and there's no question when it's going on, no matter what part of the building you're in.
There's always something going on
out there.
Right, and then on social media and on the website too at StarbbirdCarShows.com, there is a schedule listed where you can follow the times for each day.
Perfect. And I'll be sure to scroll that across the bottom here too, so everybody can go on and check that out. I for one appreciate that the schedule's out there on social media. There have been times where before I knew that was an option, I just had go around asking everybody because I knew there's always something going on. So hey, when is this? When is that?
Yeah, I usually tell everybody to text it to everybody, screenshot it, just keep it on your phone. They'll also have
Right.
them handed out in the registration packets too. But yeah, it's handy to keep on your phone in your pocket so you know which side of the show to be on and where to be at.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. And great bands, pinups galore.
They have, let's see, we have Penny and the Flamethrowers. They have Brian Lee Dunning. The pinup contest, I believe, is at 2:00 on Saturday. So I'm excited.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm super excited for that too. Some of the most incredible pinups from all over will be there. So many wanted to be in, and it's just limited. So we're getting the best of the best. So I'm really excited for that. And some of the girls that wanted to be in this show that have been in it before and just didn't make it into the show this year are still coming to hang out, and that's pretty incredible too. I'm really excited about that, just because there's so much going on. So they'll be walking around getting pictures with cars and kids and stuff like that too. So
definitely
that'd be great. That's one of my favorite parts about that, getting the pictures of the pinups with the cars. And yeah, so what's your favorite part?
My favorite part.
Check out day.
Do what?
What's your favorite part?
Oh, what's my favorite part? I'd say my favorite part is getting to see everyone. From all over the United States, sometimes from other countries too. But yeah, it's just like a giant, family reunion. I get to see everybody at least once a year.
Truly.
Luckily, some people I get to see more often, but that's my favorite part, is getting to see everybody and meeting new people too.
Yeah. Right. Sure. Exactly. Yeah. I've, ever since I started doing this, and I've mentioned it, multiple times recently, that's a big part of this car show culture that I didn't know it was to the extent that it is when I first started doing this. I'd show up to a car show and there'd be guys sitting around talking, and I'm like, okay, well, they just know each other from elsewhere. And I've learned that, more often than not, this is when these people see each other, and you have that common ground of the cars to talk about and meet new people. And, of course, once you meet this person, then you meet the three people that they're with, or, whatever. So, yeah. And then you're absolutely right. It becomes a family. You and I have a lot of mutual friends that we've just met through this.
So. And if you don't see them for another year, it's like you just saw them yesterday.
100%. Yeah. Yep. It's been a few months since you and I saw each other, and of course we've got this, but I guarantee, when we see each other in a couple of weekends in Tulsa, it'll be like we were never apart, right?
Yep. Of course.
Yeah. So you play a big role with the Starbird show. So tell us a little bit more about your responsibilities. And I know you're kind of you have a lot of hats to wear, but tell us what some of those are.
My current role there is the sales rep of the show for Starbird Productions. I help bring in vendors and sponsors. I help move them in. I help them with anything they need throughout the show. Make sure everybody has what they need, where they're supposed to be, and things of that nature. But yeah, it's a long process.
That's a heavy responsibility for that big of a show. And the Starbirds have been around forever. When you talk about the Starbird show, that's when a lot of people have talk about. I can remember the Starbird show. That's one that I remember going to like as a little kid.
Right.
So that's a huge one, and one that a lot of people would just love to be involved with. So how did you get so lucky?
Let's see, about 2018, I think it was. I went to the Starbird show for the first time with a friend, with my best friend, Mindy Jones. And a friend of hers, she was hosting the pinup contest, and she needed a little bit of help. I volunteered. I think at that point, I just lined the girls up backstage in order. I think that's all I did the first time. And it just kind of blew up from there. And I volunteered again and continued helping. I ended up co-hosting the contest. Did that for about 5 years. And then I kind of backed away from that and started the sales rep position.
Well, that's amazing. And everything that you put your hands on turns out into gold. So
well, thank you.
I'm really excited for this show. I know it's going to be incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, I'm excited to see all of the people as well.
Yep.
So,
every year it gets bigger and better.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, I mean, I know you'll be super busy, but hopefully we'll have time to kind of hang out and get a little bit too. So, have you looked beyond Starbird yet this year, as far as other opportunities that you'll be able to put your hands on, or other things that you're looking forward to for this car show season?
Yeah. Let's see. In order, I got to think of my schedule. I have a contest that I'm going to help out with. Things aren't set in stone yet, but I do know that it's in June in Oklahoma City. I'm going to help out with a pinup contest for a car show there. And then for sure in July, the last weekend of July is KKOA, Lead Sled Spectacular. I will be hosting the pinup contest there.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You did an incredible job last year. You know, that's, again, another show that everybody knows. It's been around forever. The pinup contest is a huge part of that one. Girls
right. And last year I was just there to kind of help out. And then I ended up basically just taking over, we'll call it. And here I am. I get to do it again. And so that's July. And then in October, I have been asked to host a horror theme pinup contest in Texas. So that information will be coming out.
Okay.
And then the other one,
get this information.
It will be on my social media for sure. Definitely Facebook and Instagram.
So they can look at you up at Iona Bel Air.
Yes, on Instagram it's Iona54 Bel Air, and just my regular name, Bethany Coppedge. And then the different pinup contests that I host will all have their own event page, and I'll send out invites to everyone. And then the last one, which is the one I did last year, which is Hot Rod Holiday, and that will be in December. Yeah, I'm excited.
Is it in December this year?
In December, I don't know. Everything still has to be set in.
Right, understood. Yeah, man, that sounds like you're going to be busy.
Yeah, and then
but in a fun way.
Right. And on top of that, I also have a vintage inspired boutique booth that I vend at shows as well on the weekends.
Ooh, girl, tell us about that.
Well, it originated. I like to shop at thrift stores, garage sales, and things of that nature. And I've been told that I have an eye for finding vintage clothes or vintage inspired modern clothes. And so I started acquiring clothes, and before I was selling them online, that didn't go so well. So I started doing the booth the year before last and did really well. Last year I took the season off to kind of travel around and see what shows we wanted to set up at. And so this year we will be doing that. As opportunities come along.
I'll be excited to check that out.
Yeah, me too.
Do you have a social media presence with that as well?
I do. It is Shootin' Stars Boutique. It's Shootin' and then apostrophe Stars Boutique. I have a Facebook page as well.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, everybody go check that out. I'm sure she's got some incredible stuff. For anybody that's ever seen her in person,
it's not just clothes; it's accessories and shoes and purses and all that stuff too.
Amazing. I can't wait to see it. More so, I can't wait to see you, baby doll.
You too.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. You know, that the the Starbird show, that's when everybody always talks about, not just because of the Grandioso show and the history of, Daryl Starbird, one of the kings of customizing. But man, it's just been a long damn winter, and I think everybody's ready to get out and hang out with their friends, drink a beverage of choice, and see some cool cars, listen to some good music, and I couldn't be more excited about it. So,
me too.
Yeah, fantastic. Hey, listen, so anything else you want to talk about? I know you're busy, you got to run, but
I don't think so.
Anything you want everybody to know?
Thank you for having me.
Listen, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So this is, I've done like a couple like test episodes. They weren't, and I always made sure that they were not official. I listed them as not official.
Gotcha.
Because I wanted the lifelong employee of the month for Bang and Slam to be on the first official podcast. So thanks so much for being here. Truly, your friendship means a lot to me. All the support that you've given me through all of this, I appreciate it.
Of course.
You and Eric both, I really appreciate your friendship. Can't wait to see you guys.
Me too.
All right. So we'll chat again soon. Bethany Coppedge, thank you so much. Everybody check her out. Also, Iona Bel Air, Pinup Extraordinaire, everything extraordinaire. Love you so much.
Love you too. Bye-bye.